How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We've got one out of the stash today. This is a Forces of Valor one. It is a US MH-60G Pave here, 1/48 scale diecast. So it is a little bit bigger today. That does look pretty cool sitting inside there, though. Definitely. The boxes are pretty plain and average, and there's just a couple of little images on the back of different aircraft that you can get. But yeah, that's about it. So I think we should, I suppose, let's get it open. Get a little blade in there, and let's see if we can get this awesome looking helicopter out. Yeah, upside down. Come on. Here we go. All right. So it is, well, you do get a little pamphlet, of course, which does have some of their offerings over the past. That is pretty cool. There's a couple of little nice little extra models we might want to get our hands on if we can. And this is, well, geez, it's held in there with a lot of sticky tape. Let's try and get this baby in our hands. I really do look forward to getting this one open. It looks really nice in the pack. Jeez, I didn't realise there was going to be so much tape in here. And that, oh, it's a bit of a pain in the butt to get out, to be honest. A little bit noisy, sorry about that. And that is out of the box at least and out of the packet. So stuck to the back is the other two rotor blades, because it's already got two rotor blades on, the tail rotor, and a couple of little, oh, looks like some mini guns there. That's going to be absolutely awesome to chuck on. Sweet. You do also get a little clear stand, which is that. It does, oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. It's got a little bit of writing on there about the aircraft. We'll have to assemble that. And that is our assembled stand. As you can see, that looks pretty cool. It is all like a clear plastic. It does look very nice. It also does come with a set of instructions, so if you do have one of these yourself and don't have any instructions, at least you do. So it does look like the engine compartments do open up, which is pretty cool. Got to chuck those blades on, some little bits and pieces, some miniguns. Very nice. That is pretty straightforward. It is, yep, single-sided. That is pretty cool. All right, we'll toss that out of the way. Now let's get to the good stuff, the model. Oh, it does look like to be held on by a tie down there. How easy is it going to be? Let us, well, actually we should be able to get this open, or untied, sorry. Yes, come on. All right, now better be careful that it doesn't drop out on me. Should better get this. Probably most people cut these, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just paranoid. If you ever want to sell it, if they're not, you know, in there, people get upset. I don't know. I just untie them. You can probably cut them. It's probably easier. Use a little bit of tape on the side here. Oh, geez, sorry. Didn't think it was going to be this complicated to get out. All right, let's chuck this crap out of the way, so we can finally actually get stuck into looking at this awesome little helicopter. Well, when I say little, I don't really mean little. This is quite big, and we'll just chuck it on the deck there. All right, what we'll do is we'll quickly chuck the rotor blades on, so at least it does look like a proper helicopter. Sweet. And we'll put that tail rotor on. Should be right like that. Excellent. Now we should be able to lift it up and have a little bit of a look at it. All right, this does look absolutely superb. We'll pull that plastic off. Now, of course, there are the miniguns. That is the little minigun set up there, if it'll focus on that for a moment, which does look pretty cool. And you just put them in there, but we'll leave that clear so we can actually have a little bit of a look inside and see what kind of details we are dealing with in the aircraft. Now you can see a little bit of the interior detail in there. It does look very nice. It's sort of a light grey inside there. There are some pilot figures in there. Check out the detail. That does look really nice in there. I don't think any of the doors open or anything. There's a lot of really, really nice detail on this. I don't mind the colour scheme either. The livery itself does look very nice. I don't think the doors close. The side main doors do, if you want to have them closed. Now we are able to, what was it? I think this section we can open up. I think if I recall right, oh, actually this one's already open on that side, so we will have a look at that on the other side. I can't get it open with my fingers. The tail wheel does not roll. The main wheels do though. There's no movement in it. Like there's movement in the wheel, but not in the suspension of the aircraft itself. But the details on it are really nice. I'm not sure of the availability of these. I did, yes, another eBay purchase a little while ago. That is the tail rotor that you do put on. If you're going to get a little bit annoyed with something, I suppose those unsightly screws there, which are really easily visible, they could have plugged them up with something. Now, this, well, it was open a minute ago. It's really hard. They don't open up a long way, but there is some nice engine detail in there. It'll be the same on the other side there. I just couldn't get that open with my sausage fingers, but that clicks shut. They do click quite hard, so they are, yeah, quite difficult to sort of open if you don't have anything to sort of pry them open, I suppose. But there is some fairly decent detail inside the helicopter on the seats. This door should close nicely as well, which it does. That is pretty cool. No, that looks really, really nice. There's not much to it either. Once you've got the rotor blade on and the tail rotor on, and that's pretty much all you need to worry about. There's some reasonable detail underneath the aircraft, all those little rivets and everything. That looks absolutely insane. But 1/48 scale does look very nice. A couple of screws just in there as well. If they, covered them with some little plugs and made them less noticeable, it'd probably be a little bit better for the model itself. But yeah, very nice. Look, overall, I think it presents really well. And of course, yeah, it's 1/48 scale, so it is definitely pretty big. So if we chuck it on the deck, we better zoom out a fraction so you can actually see it. And I think overall, the size of this is really nice. It's, sausage finger test. It does present really well. Looks awesome. Yeah, definitely pretty happy. And the model itself, very nice. And yeah, you'll be definitely pretty happy if you grab one of these. I suppose we better weigh it too. Chuck it on the mighty scales. We'll bring them into play. We'll lift this up. We'll chuck it on the scale. And that is, what is it? 326 grams right there. So well, that is really nice. All right, I suppose I'll wind up the video, of course. We'll put you out of the misery of having to listen to me talk. Of course, I'll whack the miniguns on this and then take the photos and throw them on at the end of the video. Don't forget, if you like what you saw, some of those my way would be always awesome. On the interwebs, you've got to go if you do want one yourself to try and chase one of these up. All right, everyone, don't forget, drop a comment below if you've got something to say about this beautiful looking helicopter here. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do that. I will finish by saying thank you very much for dropping past to check out another one of my videos. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.